What's up, everyone? It's your favorite New York Mets prospect hugger and host of the New York Mets Dove Report, Ernest Dove here, bringing you the best in all things minor leagues with thoughts, analysis, source reports, interviews, and more, only as a true minor league junkie can do it. My guest today is a 19-year-old infielder originally taken in the fifth round of the 2024 draft. He's been spending the entire season playing for my beloved low A St. Lucie Mets, where he ranks among the top 10 in the Florida State League in walks, stolen bases, and hits. He's fielded four positions with the club: second base, third base, shortstop, and a little center field. Let's talk with the young, versatile man that the fans call Snyder the Spider, uh, the one and only Trey Snyder. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. I'm great. That was a lovely introduction. Thank you for that.
And about 30 minutes ago, I know, the whole Snyder the Spider fan club you got, man.
Yeah,
So shout out on that, by the way,
yeah.
first and
I
foremost.
think touching on that, like driving around Port St. Lucie, I think a company, and it's Snyder Plumbing or something, but it's a Spider Man on it. So I don't know if someone picked up on that and like kind of clicked for me, maybe. But yeah, I keep seeing that, so I'm like, that might be a correlation. But yeah, I'm great. I'm honored to be here. It's yeah, another great day in Florida, baby.
I know, look at the beautiful skies out there. You can't see it on mine. It's a lot better on yours in South Florida. Always looking good. Although this time of year, it's either looking like that or raining one way or another by the hour. So thank you for this hour, Mother Nature. Uh, I want to get things started. I always like to ask a couple of basic questions to get things going with my favorite pro athletes. I want to first ask you, humbly, of course, can you describe yourself as a person and also as a baseball player on the field?
Yeah, I think as a person on the field, I'm always trying to connect with other guys. In specific, like this past draft, we had new guys come in, and like I made it my goal to introduce myself and get to know them. And I love that about baseball, all the relationships we get to create.
Hmm.
And I take that very personable, and make that a priority for myself to, get to know a lot of other guys. So something that's very personable on the field. Um, Try to stay pretty positive too as a player. I kind of grew up around sports more than just baseball, football, basketball, and throughout all of it, just try to be myself and give what 100% is that day. Try to make that my priority. But yeah, I'd say I'm a people's person on the field. I think that's my biggest attribute, and I'll always give my 100%.
That's awesome. It also shows leadership qualities to like be proactive in
Mm-hmm.
introducing yourself to the guys as they come along, older and younger. Uh, One thing I love asking, because again, you were just drafted in the prior draft as well. So
Yeah.
now I wanted to kind of go back in time for you. Can you please kind of talk about or even describe your draft day experience that happened for you through the draft?
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody says it. It's the most unpredictable thing you can go through, and I think that's very true. Like you never know until you know.
Mhm.
But that on that day, family and friends were there. Had a lot of my closest buddies there, mom and dad, grandparents, and it was a dream come true. To be honest, like thinking back on the day, it felt like a dream. I felt like I was living a dream, but when the Mets called my name, it was like, let's go. I'm ready to get it going and get here and compete. That was my biggest thing. I want to compete. I want to have fun on the field.
I
But
know it's
yeah,
obviously awesome for you. I know it's always stressful for us fans, even in the draft, especially when it comes to like high school picks. We all start stressing when you're going to sign. So thank you for going through the full process and now being in the Mets organization. Um, and as far as the game itself or the games, this is an important question I like to ask some of the guys in the minor leagues, especially from a guy from your background in amateur ball, from high school, jumping all the way to pros, the grind of the minor
yeah,
league grind. Now, back in the day, salaries really weren't that wonderful at all. But from the playing standpoint, what has this experience been like for you in the 2025 season? Because last year you got drafted. I know high schools, they don't play a lot of games. And
right.
you played about 6 games in St. Lucie. Now, here you are, 2025, 100 games in. what does that look like for you, amateur to pro? How do you work through that grind, playing 6 games a week for months?
I honestly think I was talking to my dad about this. On Sunday that was my 100th game, and I was like, I didn't even know. Like, I'm in the daily grind, and you lose track of that. I think that's the biggest thing. Like just going through it every day and having that short memory of okay, got to watch it. We got a game tomorrow. Like that mentality and bringing that to the field. But yeah, it definitely you feel it on the body when it gets to Sunday, and then you're like, oh, thank God we got Monday off. Um, but yeah, it's been fun. A lot of ups and downs, but that comes with the season. I'd say the biggest thing, this being my first year, is I've learned more about myself. And, what's important to me and what could get me to that next level and what I need to do. But yeah, looking back on the 100 games, it's like shoot, I remember the first one and then I remember the 100th one, but everything in between, it's like bang, bang, bang. But yeah, super fun, super long, but I enjoyed every bit of it so far, and I can't wait. This next 3 weeks, it's like our last 3 weeks of the regular season, and then we're preparing for the playoffs, which that kind of keeps us motivated right now. As we kind of ran into a little rough patch the past 3 games, but trying to flip the script and get ready for the playoffs. That's kind of the mindset right now, and what's getting us through these past 3 weeks. Looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome. It brings me to mind another question now I do want to ask now that you mention it, because
Mm-hmm.
when I've interviewed guys like Jonah Tong and Zach Thornton at the AA level, one
Yeah.
of the things I did bring up was, what are your thoughts? Because I know fans have their opinion, but what's their perspective and yours of, hey, it's only minor league ball, but this is your dream. And by the way, you're in the playoffs. When you have that version of playoff baseball for minor leagues, from the player standpoint, like yourself, what does that mean to get that kind of experience and environment as well during the year?
Yeah. I honestly don't think it matters what level you're at. I mean, playoffs it's different, especially in baseball. Like, you look at the MLB, it's like everybody watches the World Series, everybody watches the divisional round, stuff like that. So I don't really think it matters what level you're at. It's like the veins start to pop, the adrenaline starts to rush, and here we go. But yeah, just the excitement of running on the field, big crowd, hopefully in St. Lucie, but it'll be awesome, and I always look forward to that.
Oh, of course. And then again, now, along your 100-game season at this point, I mentioned it in kind of the little intro. You've played 4 positions. That even
Yeah,
includes most of the infield and a little taste of center field. It seems to be a thing for a couple of years now in the Mets organization. Versatility is king. No matter the age, level, experience, you guys are just playing everywhere. So now wondering, at your younger age, what is your experience jumping into pro ball and then playing up to 4 positions, including infield and outfield on any given night?
yeah. At first, I kind of had my little doubts, like, oh my gosh, I've played infield my whole life, but I took a step back and I evaluated it as like, it's another opportunity for me to expand my toolbox in a sense.
Mhm.
Having that opportunity to play anywhere on the field, it can help you in the future. It can land you a job. You can get to the MLB as you know any of them. So I kind of look at it that way, as expanding my toolbox, and whatever position I'm playing that day, I'm going to play it to my best of my ability. But yeah, the outfield was definitely new for me, but it was kind of funny. The first inning out there, I got all 3 balls right to me, and I was like, well, here we go, let's go. But
Well,
yeah,
they always say that's how it happens all the time,
yeah,
even in
it always
Major
finds
League.
you. Ball always finds you. Yeah,
And
just
then
go ahead.
speaking with the ball finding you at the plate, I want to talk about some of the stuff because again, I told you off air, or I was talking to you off air. I'm talking behind your back all year with some of the Met staff, and
Mhm.
they're mentioning some of the minor and even to major adjustments you've been making as a young player through the year by the month, and some of the stuff that's been showing itself for the last 2, 3 months is more on the plate discipline side. I heard that you're a super high contact guy, which could
Mhm.
also be a blessing and a curse because
Exactly.
if you're like a Jeff McNeil and you can get to everything, that could possibly affect some of the contact and where it goes. But some of the stuff I'm hearing, you have good plate discipline. So you've been making improvements lately at the plate with the walks, with the contact rate staying high and getting a lot of that exit velo that they love these days, can
Mhm.
you talk about some of the stuff the coaches and staff are working with you on, even in the last few weeks or the last 2 months?
Yeah, yeah. First off, credit to Devin DeYoung and Daniel Nicolaisen. I've been working with them a ton throughout the year, just through little nicks in my hand position or my load. But like a big thing for me was my path at the beginning of the year and trying to clean that up. Like if you look my first month, like my bat was almost vertical, but now it's a little more flat to my body, just so I can enter the zone better.
Mhm.
And then on the hip side, just trying to get the right load to where I can use my hips and what they're capable of.
Mhm.
But I'd say like throughout the adjustments, like the mindset is be adjustable, and whatever they're telling me, I'm going to do it and I'm going to try it and you know try to perfect it. But yeah, I mean, from that side, I think it's the credit to them just for their knowledge and their experience and trusting them, which I think I've done a good job of this year, and I'm grateful to be in the Mets organization because I think we have the best organization, and credit to the higher ups. I think they've done a really good job this year. If you look at all across the board, our level, the high A, double A, it's like wow, compared to last year, it's drastically different.
Yeah, they're pretty much like all in the playoff chase,
Yeah,
all the four affiliates, which is pretty amazing. Um,
yeah,
I want to also get into some of your goals too, because, and I know for me, covering the minor leagues for some over 10, 12 years at this point, it's not often that a high school athlete gets drafted and then goes right to low A. They
Mhm.
kind of skipped you a level too. But now I'm wondering, now you put in this full season now in low A, where the next levels up should be the next reasonable thing. But what are some of the goals that you have even for the rest of this season? And then in the off season to prepare for those presumable next levels to come.
Yeah. I think, from the beginning of this year to now, my goals have changed drastically. At the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to hit this good. And now looking at them, like, that was kind of like a young player's mindset. Like, can't really expect anything to happen in this game. And my goals more now have shifted to internal thoughts and, just doing what I can. Because, like, when in doubt, it's you versus the pitcher at the plate. Like you hit it somewhere 100 miles an hour, it can get caught. So thinking about it more like that and having that goal of I'm going to win this pitch, I'm going to win this at bat against the pitcher, and who cares where it goes. And he's going to know if I hit it really hard, then I won that battle. But yeah, going into the last 3 weeks, I think the biggest thing for me is just to play freely. Like got into a little bit of a trap where I'm overthinking things on the bases at the plate, and just I had some talks with some coaches, and I think we came to the conclusion it's just go play free, go have fun, be myself, be Trey on the field. Don't be the overthinker, that overanalyzes everything. Just finish the year out strong and play free, and then everything else will take care of itself. But going into the off season, I think for me, just keeping a routine. I think looking at last off season and what I could have done better. Just having that routine every day and sticking to it. Whether it's the little things like making my own breakfast and getting my calories to this amount, stuff like that. And I'm going to finalize that once we complete this year. I haven't really thought about it too much so far, just because trying to be in the now, think about what we're doing today, tomorrow, like that kind of thing. But yeah, just stick to the routine and trust everything will happen.
Yeah, I heard some really good things about the nutritionists and all the fancy things
Yeah.
that the Mets. You guys now have a ton of minor league resources ever since Steve Cohen took over. That I know even other organizations and other prospects around the baseball, they're a little jealous of you guys, which is
Mhm.
great news for you guys. Uh,
Absolutely. Yeah. Super grateful. We get all the resources. It's unbelievable.
before I let you go, I want to kind of dial things down here at the end. I want to kind of give you the floor as well to kind of take over, just to give some kind of shout outs, any kind of praise. It could be players, teammates, it could even be loved
Yeah.
ones. I want this to be your time. I don't know, depending on the player, if you want to shout out or promote or plug your social media accounts, or if you just want to shout out uh, anyone else. This is the kind of the floor for you. If you can
Okay.
just tell me.
Yeah, yeah. I think off the field, I have to give all the credit to my family. My mom and dad, they've done a really good job of coming and seeing me for like a week out of every month, which I'm super grateful they're able to. But having them there at games, it's been unbelievable, and their support means everything to me. As well as my girlfriend, she's done the same thing with she's got college going on, she's got a lot of stuff to manage, and she still finds ways to come and see me, which I'm grateful for her as well. You know, on the field, I would say first one of my teammates that I played with this year, he just got promoted to Brooklyn, Trey Snyder. Kind of the underdog story, but I'm grateful he's helped me a ton this year on the mental side and just going about his business. It's unbelievable. Like how he goes about it, it's second to none. I think he's the definition of a professional, and he's got an unbelievable future ahead of him. But I give him a ton of credit for helping me. He helps everybody in the clubhouse, whether it's American guy, a Latin guy. He helps everybody. But yeah, and then the coaching staff, literally every coach that we have, I have a great relationship with. Louis, our head coach, he's unbelievable. I can go to him for anything. Same with Devin, same with JJ. They're all unbelievable guys. And it's you don't even think you're working. It's like we're going and playing baseball, and these guys are here and they got our backs and they're helping us and they're making us better. But yeah, a ton of praise to them. Yeah, there's no bad teammates. That's another thing. I haven't had any bad teammates. Every player that I've played with this year it's been unbelievable. Great humans and great players as well.
Yeah, it's something I've learned for all the years doing this, talking to either players, coaches, family members behind the scenes privately. They'll mention like the only real form of competition is the players striving for themselves. You guys
Right.
support each other. I've seen pitchers give each other tips on pitches, grips. They'll say if you're tipping, you guys have been doing this for years. It's a great organizational kind of philosophy. I hope also the Mets maybe can be really good at that as well.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it's like if everybody exceeds, then we'll all get to that. Whether it's here, whether it's there, like everybody has
Mm.
success, and where everybody's rooting for each other, then everybody's gonna get there. If that
And
makes any
they,
sense, but
Well, no, yeah, and there's room. That's the thing about minor league. I've had plenty of minor leaguers say over the years, respectfully, it's like, hey, I do understand that I want to be in the Mets organization, but I also have to know I'm showcasing myself day to day around the league because
yeah,
there's only a 26 man roster, and 40 man for so there's only so much room for 200
yeah,
guys a year. So that's why it's always one way or another. You got to try your best. Just like one way or another, I'm trying my best to put out as many interviews and Mets content as I can week to week on the New York Mets Dove Report. I'm very thankful to Snyder the Spider for your time today. I hope your family shouts it out too at Clover Park. Join in on the fun. Maybe
yeah.
you'll get a sponsorship before you leave to the next level.
That'd be cool.
Maybe Brooklyn will create a hot dog or something in your honor. Uh, but you know what? I'll let you go. I'm very thankful. Obviously, as everyone can see, like you're at the park, you got things to do. There's another new 6 games for you to go in now. Forget
Yes, sir.
100. Now you got to worry about 101 to 105. Continue on to the season. You know I'll be watching. And now, hopefully, from this interview, even more Mets minor league junkies are going to know about Trey Snyder. So now they're going to be bothering you a lot on social media. Be careful. You're going to be a new fan favorite, and that's going to lead to a lot of information and requests and just loving everything you do because you know I do it. So thank you for your
Yeah,
time. And hey,
absolutely.
thank you everybody for continuing to support the show. And hey, I guess I'll see you guys next time.